With Love, Meghan has officially dropped, and so has the inevitable storm of critic responses. Turns out there's one thing in particular people are up in arms about.
Really? Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's not anything she said, it's something she wore. Yep, the pale pink jumpsuit Meghan jammed while cooking in her luxurious Montecito kitchen didn't go over well with pretty much anyone. One ex-user asked incredulously, "Why is she dressed like a mechanic?" Another user could hardly even believe what they were seeing, writing, "Please, someone explain this horrific outfit to me because Meghan Markle has got to be kidding." Meanwhile, another person couldn't help but notice the odd similarity between Meghan's Netflix getup and that of Don Knotts' Three's Company speed suit while playing the role of Ralph Furley. The user jokingly asked, "Who wore it better, Meghan Markle or Don Knotts?" Sure, it's a questionable fashion choice on the surface, but the real reason so many people have been quick to jump down her throat might have to do with the fact that she loves to wear down-to-earth clothes that have not so down-to-earth price tags. For instance, in the second episode of the show, we see her wearing Zara linen straight-leg pants that cost only $50. Pretty reasonable, right? But what about the Loro Piana crew neck that goes for $1,325? Or the $395 Jenny Kane sweater that's slung over her shoulders? Yeah, those aren't the sorts of pieces that fall within a normal person's price range, and we'd venture to guess that this seemingly simple jumpsuit probably isn't a cheap fit either. This sort of discrepancy is never lost on anyone, especially these days, so it's definitely a head-scratching decision on her part to pander to working folks while decked out in pricey garb. In addition to the criticism surrounding her fashion, pretty much everything about the show has elicited negative responses. And we're not just talking about random ex-users, we're talking about a wide range of major publications.
Don't you go there.
The Irish Times found a way to dunk on her clothing and the general aesthetic of the show at the same time. After referring to Markle as a black hole of beige throughout, they summed up their scathing critique of the show in general by writing, "Lusterless and bland. It doesn't even rise to the status of a hate watch." Variety, meanwhile, noted how the entirety of Meghan's on-screen persona seems to be nothing more than an act. They wrote, "Meghan's quirks come to seem like affectations from the multiple times she remarks on the beauty of an egg yolk to her dedication to placing edible flowers on just about any comestible."
What are you sprinkling on it?
Flower sprinkles.
What? Are you Tinkerbell?
Meanwhile, critics at Time magazine noted that it's quite strange how there simply isn't more to the show, especially when you consider Meghan's complicated history. They wrote, "There has to be something remarkable besides her jam-making skills about a woman with the strength of will to extricate herself, her children, and a husband who'd spent his whole life within the institution from the notoriously controlling British royal family." The Guardian focused on the tone-deafness of it all and how it's fundamentally insulting to watch a rich US-based royal offer up lifestyle advice while the majority of her viewers struggle to make ends meet.
When you go to the grocery store, sometimes you can get things that are beautiful and things that are really affordable.
The outlet wrote, "It's the lack of humor, irony, self-awareness, and apprehension of the reality of this deeply unequal and apocalyptic world that makes With Love Meghan so unlovable in the end." And seriously, beyond the existential dissonance brought about by the show, we can't help but say it's a fantastically cringe-tastic experience watching someone who claims to be a culinary lifestyle influencer use a sharp kitchen knife the wrong way. Anyone with basic cooking experience is praying for the safety of her fingers. Tuck the nails, Meghan. So yeah, from her wardrobe to her show reviews to her kitchen etiquette, Meghan just can't seem to catch a break. We say that with love. Kind of.